And we are live from St. Louis, Missouri versus the Memphis MHEA Eagles. So Cats huddling up for a little inspirational speech there, maybe a prayer here. Give you our sponsors momentarily, but so glad to have you joining us on the Wildcat Broadcasting Network, WBN. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll give you our sponsors here for the day. American Senior Communities, where caring people make the difference. ASCCare.com. Chicago's Pizza, our story is told in every slice. ChicagosPizza.com. DLZ Corporation, award-winning with more than 100 years of architectural and engineering experience serving the Midwest and beyond. DLZ.com. Distinctive Kitchen and Bath. Follow us on Instagram. Visit our Center Grove showroom or contact us at 317-201-8500. Franklin Muffler Brakes and More, your hometown car care center at 99 Morton Street in Franklin, Indiana. Taylor Electric, reliable resources, reliable outcomes, reliable insights, genuine care for people. It's all about reliability. Greenwood Auto Tire, celebrating 40 years of green service in Greenwood and Southport. AutoTireCare.com. In His Hands Orphans Outreach, changing the lives of orphans. InHisHands.org. Integrity Real Estate is making your real estate goals a slam dunk. RealIntegrity.com. JLP Electric, 20 years of electrician experience, ready to serve you. Look us up on Facebook, JLP Electric. Meyer Groceries and more. Check out the Meyer app today or visit us at Meyer.com. NASCO Industries Incorporated, protective outerwear solutions made in the USA. NASCOInc.com. Public Servants Prayer, providing prayer and pastoral care in the political arena. Follow us on social media for prayer updates or find us online at thepsp.org. Taylor University, academic excellence dedicated to truth. Visit us at taylor.edu. Thai Spice and Thai Connection. Visit Thai Spice in Indianapolis or Thai Connection in Columbus for authentic Thai cuisine. Thanks once again to all of our sponsors on the Wildcat Broadcasting Network. I need a picture of this. And the Memphis Eagles take the court here. Give you their starting lineup here in just a moment. Looks like number 3, Reed. Number 21, that would be Smith. Number 13 is going to do the tip. That's Michaela Abram. And number 10, Molesky. And number 23, Brown. That's the starting lineup for the Memphis Eagles. Going to be 8-minute quarters. And Cats here in this championship game of this tip-off tourney in St. Louis, Missouri. We are live from right here in St. Louis. Thanks for joining us here on the WBN. For the Wildcats, it's going to be Bookwalter, Brewer, Ruddle, Shook, and Barnes. They take just a moment to say a prayer. And now coming up to the line to do the tip-off. It's going to be Barnes versus Abram on the tip-off. Referee blows the whistle, ball's up in the air. It's battled for, and the Eagles come away with it. They do have the possession. It's going to be Eagles basketball. Abram gets it out to Smith. Smith to Reed for 3. No good. Rebounded. It's going to be out of bounds. Wildcat basketball. Reed on the 3. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded. Is out of bounds. Shook gets the ball into Ruddle. Ruddle with the basketball, calls the play. Ruddle being guarded by number 10. That is Molesky. And Ruddle looks for some help, gets it to Shook. Shook, top of the key, hands it off to Brewer. Brewer drives the lane, scoops it up, and puts it up and in for 2. That's Brewer for 2. Out of the gate here, it's 2-0, Cats in the lead. Memphis takes the ball up the court, across the timeline. That is number 10, Molesky. Molesky gets it to Reed. Reed looks inside, swings it far left side to Brown. Brown looks in the far deep corner there, and it's going to be blocked, rebounded, and gathered in by Barnes. Good steal there by the Cats. Brewer with the basketball across the timeline. She's going to go underneath to Louis Shook. Shook looks for some help, gets it back out to Brewer. Sets up for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by number 10, Molesky. Molesky has the ball. She's going to come up across the timeline, being guarded by Bookwalter. Molesky resets the offense here, cycles it back out. Going to drive inside the lane. That's going to be a travel call on number 3. That is Reed on the travel. Ruddle going to inbound the basketball to Brewer. Gets it into Brewer. No full court press by either team so far early on. Brewer with the basketball. 6 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first. Cats up 2-0. Brewer gets it to Bookwalter. Back to Brewer. Top of the key. Nice pick set there by Shook. Brewer drives the lane. Kicks it out to Ruddle for 2. It's good! Ruddle hits the 2-point bucket. Ruddle and Brewer, it's 4-0. Cats in the lead. Eagles with the basketball. That is number 3, Reed. Comes up, across the timeline, gets it up to Molesky. Molesky looks inside. Tapped away, tried to be tapped away by Bookwalter. They swing it to the far left side, down to Reed. Reed gets it back up top the key, down on the far to Molesky for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded. It's going to be over and back there by the Eagles. She had control of the ball. No, they're going to call a foul. Okay, that was not over and back. There was a foul called there on the play. And Eagles inbound the basketball to number 3, Reed. Reed with the basketball, crosses the timeline. And she's going to swing it over. Down in the corner to Molesky. Try to get it inside. And they do get it inside to Abram. Abram is unable to make the shots. Rebounded by the Cats. Brewer with the basketball. Brewer goes all the way down. Scoops it up. It's going to be out of bounds off of Abram. That's going to be Michaela Abram. There are 2 Abrams, Michaela and Grace, for the Eagles. Louis Shook slaps the ball. Looks to get it in. Gets it into Brewer. Brewer underneath, inside the paint, off the glass and good. It is 6-0, I believe. I just don't see the 0 on. It's not on the scoreboard at the moment. Over to Molesky. Molesky back over to Reed. Reed with the basketball. Gets it to Brown. Brown gets it inside to Abram. It's blocked by Brewer, but they're going to call the foul. That's going to be a foul on Brewer, her first. I believe that's the team's second for the Cats. Puts number 13, Abram, Michaela Abram, on the line, shooting 2. She dribbles, sets, and shoots, does Abram, and it's good. Nothing but net. She's congratulated on the line. Wildcats. Barnes and Shook are the low post rebounders for the second free throw coming up. It's 6-1, Cats in the lead by 5. Abram, second one is up, and that one's good. Nothing but net on that one. Louis Shook gets it into Ruddle. Ruddle being guarded by Molesky. And Ruddle comes up the court. Ruddle dribbles left, going to go all the way down, kick it out to Bookwalter. It might have been deflected off of Blue, but they didn't see that. It is going to be Memphis basketball. Memphis gets it in to number 10, Molesky. Molesky across the timeline. And she's going to be guarded tightly by Ruddle. They swing it over to Brown. Back to Molesky. Brown for 3. Brown for 3. No good. Rebounded by Shook. Tried to be slapped away by Abram. Shook gets it over to Brewer on the far right side. Brewer comes up across the timeline. Brewer's going to go all the way down inside the paint. Fake the shot. Get it out to Barnes. Barnes back to Brewer at the top of the key. Fakes the shot. Drives. Gets it out to Ruddle. Ruddle gathers it in. Almost lost it. Going to be kicked and staying out of bounds. Going to be Wildcat basketball. Ruddle headed down in there in the corner. Had a hard time finding the handle. Found the handle. And that one's going to be up to Bookwalter. Bookwalter's going to set for 3. No good. Rebounded by Abram. And she gets it to Molesky. Molesky's going to go all the way down. Good defense being applied there by Brewer. Molesky in the corner, double teamed. Needs someplace to go. Looks like it's going to be, was that a foul call? Kicked ball. Kicked ball, okay. Molesky's going to inbound the basketball. Abram trying to make room, does. Abram hands it back to Reed. Reed with the basketball. Reed being guarded by Ruddle. Reed's going to go in to try to get in the paint. Back to Molesky. Molesky baseline. No good off the rim. Rebounded by Abram. Puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Shook. Good defense there by Louis Shook. Nice rebound by Shook. Brewer with the basketball. Brewer across the timeline. It is 6-2. Cats lead by 4. Brewer for 3. Boom! Hit it. Count it. Timeout, Roscoe. Great shot there by Brewer. She's feeling it. They need to feed the beast right there. It's 9-2. Cats in the largest lead by 7, 9-2. Halfway through this first quarter, it's your Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats versus the Memphis Eagles. Eagles have played 2 games as well yesterday and to get to this point, so they had to play some good teams as well. This is no sleeper team. Memphis is a good team, and so at any time they could certainly come back roaring back. So Cats have to play pedal to the metal all the way through the game. give you our sponsors, just run through them one time. American Senior Communities, Chicago's Pizza, DLZ Corporation, Distinctive Kitchen and Bath, Franklin Muffler Brakes and More, Gaylor Electric, Greenwood Auto Tire, In His Hands Orphans Outreach, Integrity Real Estate, JLP Electric, Meyer Groceries, NASCO Industries, Public Servants Prayer, Taylor University, Thai Spice, and Thai Connection. We're so grateful to have you on board here on the WBN, the Wildcat Broadcasting Network. We are live from St. Louis, Missouri, with Coach Barnes doing the stats. Matt Barnes here on the announcing. Our producer back home, Shelly Dove. So thankful for all the work that goes in to these Wildcat broadcasts. Reed gets it into Molesky. Molesky with the basketball, back to Reed. Reed comes up, and Reed being guarded by Ruddle. And Reed hands it off to number 23. That is, I believe that is Brown. Gets it back to Molesky. Molesky with the basketball, going to drive into the paint to the free throw line. Stolen away by Brewer. Brewer with the basketball, crosses the timeline, gets some speed going down the court, going to be inside the paint, looks for some help, hands it out to Barnes. Barnes, top of the key, gives it to Ruddle. Ruddle with the basketball. Ruddle, everything slows down just a little bit now. Ruddle's going to look and get it outside to Barnes. Barnes going to drive the paint, going to go inside, be fouled on the play by Abram. That's going to put Barnes on the line shooting 2. Nice take there by Emma Barnes. Fouls on number 13, Michaela Abram. Her first, and that is the team's second foul for the Memphis Eagles. Barnes settles and shoots, and that one's good. Nothing but net. That's her first point of the game. It is 10-2 right now. Cats with their largest lead at 8. And they sub in, so it's going to be Garcia, Roscoe, Barnes, Bookwalter, and Brewer for the Cats. Barnes settles and shoots. And no good. Rebounded by the Eagles. 10-2, Cats in the lead by 8. Roscoe on defense. On Reed. Reed hands it off to number 23, Brown. Brown to Molesky. Molesky drives the baseline, puts up a floater shot. No good. Bringing rain on that one. Rebound up by Brewer. Brewer up to Roscoe on the far right side. Roscoe gets it back out to Brewer. Brewer calls the play. Looking inside. Roscoe for 3. It's short. Rebounded by Barnes. Barnes puts up a 2. A long 2. No good. Rebounded by the Eagles. That's Molesky on the rebound. Molesky speeding up the court. Good defense being applied there by the Cats. And the shot is no good. Rebounded by Brewer. Brewer with the basketball across the timeline. Brewer up to Garcia. Down to Bookwalter for 3. Off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Michaela Abram. Abram to Reed. Reed to bring the ball up the court. Reed throws it down the court and slapped away by Garcia. Good defense there by Garcia. It's out of bounds. It's going to be Eagles basketball. We've got another couple subs coming in here. Number 24 for the Cats. That's Hollywood. Going to give Emma Barnes a break. And number 2 for the Eagles. That is Guess. Guess is in for the Eagles. 3-point shot there by Reed is good. Can't leave them unguarded outside the arc. They're going to hit. And that is 10-4, although it may have only been a 2. Roscoe puts it up and good. Nice little jump shot there by Sarah Roscoe. It's 12-4 is what's on the scoreboard. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Molesky gets it down to Brown on the right side, being guarded by Bookwalter. Inside to Abram, almost lost it away. Back out to Reed. Reed drives, puts it up. It's blocked by Woodard, who gets it to Garcia. Garcia with the basketball. Garcia stops at the 3-point line, hands it back to Brewer for 3. Long 3, boom! It's good! From downtown St. Louis. It's going to be a timeout call by Memphis. Cats on a run. It's 15-4. Cats lead by 11. We'll get some clarification and see. That must have been a 2-point shot. It looked like a 3 down here, but she must have stepped on the line. He said 2. All right, it is 15-4. Cats with their largest lead of the game so far at 11. And we are here once again in St. Louis for the St. Louis tip-off tourney. A bunch of homeschool teams get together early on in the year. This is the Cats, really their second trip for games. We've had 1 game so far officially with Monrovia High School in the southwest portion of Indianapolis, and just outside the airport. Won the other day, just on Tuesday night, 72-31. Then come out here and won the first game yesterday afternoon, and then the second game yesterday evening. That was a a tough game against the Tulsa Arrows. The Cats were up by 1 at half and ended up winning by 16, but that game did not feel like a 16-point game at all. Felt much closer than that. So far, foul-wise, the Cats have 2 team fouls and the Eagles have 1 team foul for the Eagles. So not a whole lot of foul trouble so far for either team. Looks like Bookwalter has 1 and Brewer has 1. It was a 2. All right, very good. Yep. Mrs. Garcia said that she stepped on the line, and he said 2. Reed's going to inbound the ball to Molesky. Give you the call here as they come out of this timeout. 1 minute and 40, a little over a minute to play here. Molesky with the basketball being guarded by Garcia. Molesky across the timeline. Molesky's going to try to drive, hand it off to Abram at the top of the key. No, that's not. That's 15. That is Abram, but Grace Abram checks in for the Eagles. Tries to drive inside. It's stolen away by the Cats. Ruddle with the basketball. Ruddle gets it stolen away by the Eagles. Molesky comes right back at him. Out to Brown for 2. A deep 2, just a 2 there by Brown, but they're answering. This Eagles team is a good team. Cats have to play well here. Sarah Roscoe with the basketball. Roscoe going to fake right, go left, try to get it. She's going to be fouled on the play by looks like it's going to be number 3. It is going to be number 3. Reed picks up her first and the team's second foul for the Eagles. Wildcats will inbound the basketball underneath their own basket. So it'll be Sarah Roscoe to inbound the basketball. So looks like it's Roscoe, Garcia, Shook, Woodard, and Ruddle on the court for your Cats. Back into Ruddle. Nice play there by Ruddle. They circle around, just couldn't get it to go in. And it's rebounded by the Eagles. Eagles have the basketball, and Reed comes up the court for the Eagles. Reed being guarded closely by Roscoe. Reed's going to drive the baseline. It's going to be a foul on Roscoe before she took off for the basket. That is a foul on Roscoe. That's her first and the team third on Roscoe. 15-6. Cats in the lead. 52 seconds to go. Eagles looking to get the ball in underneath their own basket. They go ahead. They get it into Molesky. Molesky for 3. It is no good. Rebounded by Abram, but then it's stolen away by the Cats. Roscoe has it. Tries to throw it. That was tough call there. Roscoe looking for some help. Looks like Abram and Abram are going to be in for the Eagles. Going to be out of bounds. 35 seconds to go. And that's going to be Wildcat basketball. Woodard to inbound the basketball to Ruddle. Ruddle gets the ball. Comes up the court. 30 seconds to go in the first. Ruddle, left-hand dribble all the way to the paint. Kicks it out to Garcia for 3. No good. Rebounded by Roscoe. Somehow she came away with it in the middle of the trees. But the pass does not go where she intended. It's stolen away by Memphis. Roscoe, 10 seconds to go. Roscoe guarding Reed. That was 13 seconds, 12, 11. Now 10 seconds to go. Molesky has the basketball. She's going to try to get it inside to Abram. Abram, good defense being applied by the Cats. That's going to be a foul on the three-point shot. That's going to put the Eagles on the line shooting 3. Oh, she stepped on the line. Wow. Thought for sure that was going to be 3 free throws. Just 2 free throws. 15-6. Cats in the lead with just over 4 seconds to play in the first quarter. Reed settles and shoots. That one is going to go in for 1. So that's 15-7. Cats lead has now been cut to 8. It was 9 just moments ago. Their largest lead was 9. Reed settles back at the free throw line. And the second one is up, and that one's good as well. It's going to be Wildcat basketball, so it's 15-8. Cats lead by 7. 2-1, they got to shoot, and they're not going to shoot. Not enough. They were not thinking they got to shoot, and coach is saying, hey, there's only 4 seconds left. You have to shoot the ball. But they're going to have to shake that off and get on to the second quarter. Good quarter turned in there by the Cats. 15-8 is the score after 1. 15 for your Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats and 8 for the MHE Memphis Eagles. Cats are brought to you by American Senior Communities, where caring people make the difference. ASCCare.com. Chicago's Pizza. Our story is told in every slice. ChicagosPizza.com. DLZ Corporation, award-winning with more than 100 years of architectural and engineering experience serving the Midwest and beyond. DLZ.com. Thanks for joining us, Amy Shook. Great to have you from Michigan. Thanks so much for joining us. Distinctive Kitchen and Bath. Follow us on Instagram Visit us or visit our Center Grove showroom in Center Grove. Contact us at 317-201-8500. Franklin Muffler Brakes and More, your hometown car care center at 99 Morton Street in Franklin, Indiana. Gaylor Electric, proud sponsor of your Indianapolis Colts as well as the Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats. Reliable resources, reliable outcomes, reliable insights, genuine care for people. It's all about reliability. Greenwood Auto Tire, celebrating 40 years of service in Greenwood and Southport. AutoTireCare.com. In His Hands Orphans Outreach, changing the lives of orphans. InHisHands.org. Integrity Real Estate, making your real estate goals a slam dunk. RealIntegrity.com. It's going to be Wildcats basketball coming out of the first quarter. Bookwalter gets it into Ruddle. Ruddle in the backcourt, comes across the timeline. Now, looking here. So we've got Ruddle hands it over to Brewer. Brewer back to Ruddle. Ruddle bounce pass down low inside the paint now. Good look inside, but couldn't get it to go. Stolen away by Molesky. Molesky going to drive all the way down inside the paint, scoop it up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Brewer. Nice position there by Brewer to box out. Great play there by Brewer. Brewer hands it over to Bookwalter. Bookwalter back to Brewer. Brewer for three. Boom! Brewer hits another big-time three. Eagles look up. They get it up to Abram. Abram back over to Molesky. Molesky, it's 18-8. Cats extend that lead to 10. Their largest lead of the game so far. And Reed looks inside, gets it. Oh, it's slapped away by Barnes. Good defense being applied inside by Barnes on Abram. Abram is their big girl inside the middle. Reed with the basketball, going to drive inside, kick it out to Molesky. Molesky for three. It's no good. Rebounded by Shook between the two Abram sisters. Nice play there by Shook. Shook. She's going to come up the court and get it to Ruddle on the right side. Ruddle for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Molesky. She's a rebounding machine. Abram, it gets stolen away by Barnes, who gets it back up to Shook. Gets it up to Ruddle. Ruddle going to wait for her teammates to come across the timeline. Ruddle with the basketball. Ruddle over to Bookwalter. Bookwalter for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Barnes. Barnes is going to go inside. Put it up, Reavers. Beautiful shot there by Barnes. What a play by Emma Barnes. Molesky with the basketball. Molesky being guarded by Bookwalter. She's staying in the backcourt a long time. They only have 10 seconds to get it across. Molesky finally gets it across, being guarded by Brewer. Molesky up to Reed at the top of the key. Reed slows things down, gets it over to Molesky. Molesky with the basketball. 28. Cats have the largest lead of the game so far at 12. Molesky slows the game down, taking a break there. Bookwalter comes out to challenge, gets it over to Reed. Reed with the basketball. Reed down to Molesky for three. It is no good. Rebounded by Ruddle. Ruddle puts it back in gear, gets it up to Louis Shook. Gonna lay it up and in for two. Nice transition bucket there for the Cats. And Reed, it's going to be a timeout called by the Eagles. They got to take a break on that one. 22-8. Cats on a quick run here to start the second quarter of the first half. That was a quick back and forth. A lot of threes, a lot of buckets. Great play there by the Cats. Give you a finish off our sponsors here. JLP Electric, 20 years of electrician experience, ready to serve you. Look us up on Facebook at JLP Electric. Meyer Groceries and More. Check out the Meyer app today or visit us at Meyer.com. NASCO Industries Incorporated, protective outerwear solutions made in the USA. NASCOInc.com. Public Servants Prayer, providing prayer and pastoral care in the political arena. Follow us on social media for prayer updates or find us online at thepsp.org. Taylor University, academic excellence dedicated to truth. Visit us at taylor.edu. Thai Spice and Thai Connection. Visit Thai Spice in Indianapolis or Thai Connection in Columbus for authentic Thai cuisine. So thankful for each one of our sponsors that make tournaments like this possible. And Memphis inbounds the basketball after the timeout, and they're going to get to Abram at the center court, who looks down low to Abram, being guarded by Barnes. They tried to flip it underneath, and it's up, no good. Rebounded by Barnes. Nice rebound in position there by Barnes. Brewer with the basketball. Brewer crosses the timeline, gets it up to Ruddle. Ruddle inside to Bookwalter. Scrambled for, picked up, and slapped away, actually, by the Cats, but Reed recovers. Reed going to come up, being guarded by Ruddle. So it's Ruddle, Bookwalter, Brewer, Barnes, and Shook for your Cats. Trying to get it inside. Good defense. That's going to be over the back by Barnes. No worries there. That's going to be her first and the team 5th foul. 22-8. Barnes has that difficult task underneath by guarding the Abram sisters underneath. Reed looks to get it in. Reed looking, gets it into Molesky. Almost, and it was slapped away by Ruddle, stolen away by Barnes, and they get it to Brewer. Brewer going to come up the court. Behind the back dribble there by Brewer. Brewer being guarded by Brown. Going to go all the way and kick it out to Shook for 2. Over the rim, no good. Rebounded. It's going to be out of bounds on Ruddle. That was a tough play there. They scooped it back in. Ruddle had it and went out of bounds. And it's going to be Eagles basketball. 22-8, Cats in the lead by 14. Largest lead of the game. Molesky has the basketball. Molesky calls out the play, being guarded by Bookwalter. Molesky crosses the timeline. Molesky gets it into Abram. It is tied up by Wooder. Nice play there by Wooder to tie up the basketball. It is going to be State Eagles basketball on the sideline. Good play there by Woodard. Grab that basketball out of her hands. 22-8, 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Reed to inbound the basketball. Reed looks, gets it into Molesky. Molesky with the basketball driving right. Looks inside, gets it to Abram. Abram against Woodard. Tries to get it up and in, no good. It's rebounded by Brewer. Good defense being applied there by Holly Woodard. Roscoe with the basketball. Going to step back. She's being guarded by somebody about 2 feet taller than she is. And accidentally throws it away to Reed. It might have been it's going to be a travel call there. A travel. No, they're going to call a foul on the way by. 22-8. Foul was called on Bookwalter. She was out of control, but rescued by the foul. 22-8. And Reed to inbound the basketball. Gets it in down low to Abram. Gloria Brewer comes up, and too late there on the defense. Easy bucket there for the Eagles. Brewer with the basketball. 22-10. Cats lead by 12. Brewer with the basketball coming up to the three-point line for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Abram. Gets it to Molesky, and off they go to the races. Molesky's going to go all the way down. Try to feed it back out. It does not find an Eagles player, but she picks it back up. Abram to Abram. Top of the key. No good. Rebounded by Brewer. Brewer is a rebounding machine this game. Great job there by Brewer. Brewer crosses the timeline. Brewer goes right. Gives it out to Sarah Roscoe. Roscoe on the far right side. Gets it to Bookwalter around the free throw line. Makes a move. Kicks it back out to Roscoe. Roscoe going to pull up for 3. Short. No good. Out of bounds. Eagles basketball. Need to feed Brewer. Brewer hit earlier. We need to get her a few more shots here. And Molesky to inbound the basketball, and Garcia's going to give him a little trouble back there in the backcourt. So it's to Reed to Molesky. Molesky being defended by Ruddle. Molesky with the basketball. Ruddle on defense, going to try to drive inside. Travel call. No, it is not a Wow, okay, so they're going to call another foul. That's the second time we've seen a travel, and they rescued by a foul. 22-10, 3 minutes. About 3 minutes to go. That was going to be on 20, and it's out of bounds still. They're still saying out of bounds. It is 1-1. 17 fouls on the Cats. And how many fouls on? Only 2 fouls on the Eagles. Well, 7 fouls to 2 fouls. Just not calling them both ways when you see a discrepancy like that, because both teams are certainly playing physical. Molesky missed the first one but got her own rebound. And Molesky looking inside. Gets it right to Garcia, who gets it. And Molesky steals it back. And that's going to be rebounded by Garcia. Garcia gets it up to Ruddle. Ruddle all the way down the court. He's going to pull up. And Ruddle with the basketball. Going to take some time off the clock. A little more than 2 minutes to go in the half. Ruddle down to Garcia. Garcia back to Ruddle. Ruddle being guarded by Reed. Ruddle looks down low. Gets it to Brewer. Long 2-point. It's good. Nice bucket there by Brewer. Nice fade away. And Reed gets it up to Molesky. Molesky comes up the court, being guarded by Ruddle. 24-10. And tries to drive down low. She can drive and handle the ball, can Molesky. Out to Reed. Reed fakes the 3, drives inside, gets it back out to number 2. Number 2, Guess. Guess has the basketball. Guess gets it out to 23, Brown. Brown with the basketball. Stolen away by Roscoe. Roscoe going to go all the way. She gets her hands taken out from her. Probably a good foul there by Memphis. It was going to be a 2-point bucket, and Memphis has the fouls to burn. That's going to be only their third team foul of the game. That's a foul on number 23, Brown. Roscoe at the line, shooting 2. 2 minutes to go in the first half. First one's good by Roscoe. Congratulated on the line by Brewer and Woodard and Ruddle. And then Garcia is the only other player on the court for the Cats. It's up, and that one's good as well by Roscoe. And we're going to get... And we're going to have Abram check back in, and number 10, Molesky, sits down for a little bit. Got to get that point guard a little bit of a rest. Into Guess. Guess with the basketball, and Guess gets it up to Brown, up to Abram. Good defense being applied there by the Cats. Stolen away by Ruddle. Ruddle with the basketball. Ruddle going to come up and cross the timeline. Ruddle over to Brewer. Brewer eyed the 3 ball. She's going to go all the way down. Put up the hard 2, and it goes in for Brewer. Great play there by Gloria Brewer. Reed with the basketball. Gets it up to Abram. Back to Guess. Guess with the basketball being guarded by Roscoe. It's tipped out. And Reed tries to get up to Guess. Guess thought about the 3. Gets it into Abram for 2. It's good. That's Michaela Abram for 2, and that is going to be 28-12. Cats had that 18-point lead, now cut to 16. 1 minute, 21 seconds to go in the first half. Ruddle with the basketball at the top of the key. Really more by half line than anything. Over to Roscoe, down low to Brewer for 3. Boom! Count it! Cats hitting from deep range. 31-12. Cats in the lead by 19. Their largest lead of the game. Reed with the basketball back to Brown. Over to Abram. Abram's going to swing it down to Guess. Guess for 3. And she's fouled on the play. Fouled on the play. Count the bucket. So that's going to be 31-15 with the free throw coming. That's a tough foul there. Could be a 4-point play. You don't see a 4-point play very often. Could potentially be that for number 2, Guess, as Woodard and Brewer take a seat. Barnes, Shook, Roscoe, Ruddle, and Garcia in for your Cats. 31-15. Cats lead by 16. It was 19 a second ago. That is a 4-point play. Those are strange plays to see, but you just saw one there. 3-pointer with the foul that went in and made the free throw. Garcia with the basketball on the far left side. 31-16. Cats lead by 15. Get it inside to Barnes. Barnes underneath. Barnes gets back out to Shook. Shook's looking for some help and gets it into Roscoe, who puts it up no good. Rebounded by Abram. Abram out to Brown. Brown over to Reed, and here come the Eagles. 31-16 with 34 seconds to go in the half. Reed with the basketball being guarded by Ruddle. Down to Guess, being guarded by Garcia. Guess inside the 3-point line on the left side. Out to Abram at the free throw line. Over to Brown on the right side for a deep 2. No good. Rebounded by Abram, who's over top. Just jumping over top. That's a foul. He doesn't have position. She needs to go ahead and push out. It's 31-18. Cats lead by 15. Barnes is going to take the baseline. Stop. Put it up and in and count the bucket. What a play there by Emma Barnes. Strong play. Nice take there by Barnes to put it in for 2 and get the foul. That's going to be 33-18. Cats extend that lead back out to 15. It was 19 moments ago. But again, this Memphis team's a good team, can score quickly, as we have seen just in the past few minutes. It is 33-18. Barnes try for the old-fashioned 3-point play. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles, and the Cats have dropped off the defense. 4 seconds to go, 3 seconds to go. That's going to be a charge. No call at all. She was straight up. Nice play there by the Cats. Emma Barnes planted like a tree at the free throw line, ran into her, and they just bounced off of her. So good play there by Barnes. Good defense applied by the Cats. 33-18 is the score after the first half. The Cats lead by 15 against a very, very good Memphis Eagles team. Cats had just come out and tried to drop the hammer and take the energy out of the gym. And by the way, the Eagles for the boys on the far side are also playing. Girls were kind of grateful there because they said, well, if we had all their fans down here, it would be loud. And so some of these teams, they bring the crowd, and homeschool basketball can get very, very loud inside the gym sometimes, especially when you get at nationals and they sit around with these 5-gallon buckets and sticks buckets, and they make so much noise, the gym just becomes rocking. But here in St. Louis for the tip-off tourney, no buckets, and I'm thankful for that. The cacophony is almost more than you can stand. So we're going to give you our sponsors here, and then we will get into our scores. And we'll give you a Shookism here just coming up. He did give me one ahead of time, so we should have a Shookism coming here in just a little bit. So certainly stay tuned for that here on the WBN, the Wildcat Broadcasting Network. American Senior Communities, where caring people make the difference. ASCCare.com. Chicago's Pizza. Our story is told in every slice. ChicagosPizza.com. DLZ Corporation. Award-winning with more than 100 years of architectural and engineering experience serving the Midwest and beyond. DLZ.com. Distinctive Kitchen and Bath. Follow us on Instagram. Visit our Center Grove showroom or contact us at 317-201-8500. Franklin Muffler Brakes and More. Your hometown car care center at 99 Morton Street in Franklin, Indiana. Gaylor Electric. Reliable resources, reliable outcomes, reliable insights, genuine care for people. It's all about reliability. Greenwood Auto Tire, celebrating 40 years of service in Greenwood and Southport. AutoTireCare.com. In His Hands Orphans Outreach, changing the lives of orphans. InHisHands.org. Integrity Real Estate, making your real estate goals a slam dunk. RealIntegrity.com. JLP Electric, 20 years of electrician experience, ready to serve you. Look us up on Facebook, JLP Electric. Meyer Groceries and More. Check out the Meyer app today or visit us at Meyer.com. NASCO Industries Incorporated, protective outerwear solutions made in the USA. NASCOInc.com. Public Servants Prayer, providing prayer and pastoral care in the political arena. Follow us on social media for prayer updates, or visit us online at thepsp.org. Taylor University, academic excellence dedicated to truth. Visit us at taylor.edu. Thai Spice and Thai Connection. Visit Thai Spice in Indianapolis or Thai Connection in Columbus for authentic Thai cuisine. Great to have you joining us here on the WBN, the Wildcat Broadcasting Network. Give you the totals so far for the first half. Leading all scorers is Gloria Brewer with, what did I say, 20? 20 points in the first half. 20 for Gloria Brewer in the first half. That's a lot of points. She's been on fire. Barnes with 5. And Roscoe with 4. And then rounding out the scoring is Shook for 2 and Ruddle with 2. So scoring heavily favoring Gloria Brewer here in this first half. She just felt it and kept it going. Great play there by Gloria Brewer. She definitely is that Division I quality, no doubt about it. Hopefully she'll get some looks. And as promised, we'll give you our Shookism for the game. And it has to do with... I'm not going to remember it. My wife said, write it down. You're not going to remember it. We're doing real well here today because Barnes can't remember the... Oh, yes. If you're singing, this one's actually going to be courtesy of Gloria Brewer. Gloria Brewer submitted this one earlier at lunch. And so it's a brewerism, I guess. So she came up to me. I asked her if she could get a good one for me. So she says this. She said, what happens when you're singing in the shower and you get soap in your mouth? It turns into a soap opera. Soap opera. We've got fans around us, and they're groaning at these. This is good stuff. This is why everybody tunes into the broadcast to hear the Shookisms. This is why they listen, because of good quality content like that right there. Good content. Good content. All right, we're getting ready to. We have 30 seconds to go before we start this second. That was a brewerism, so Coach Shook's not going to claim that one, but I like it. So good one by Brewer. Yeah, I remember the punchline. I can't remember the first part. And the Eagles come back out. To be honest, they look a little bit gassed, a little tired. Hopefully they stay that way. We'll take them tired. And that's going to be coming in for, it's going to be Abram, Reed, Molesky, and Brown they have 14 people on their bench. We have a whopping 3. Kind of outsized on the bench, but I'll tell you what, the Cats, 14 people total. 9 on the bench, as Coach Barnes lets us know. Cats going to inbound the basketball, and Bookwalter gets into Ruddle. Ruddle crosses the timeline. 33-18, Cats lead by 15, down to Brewer. Brewer back to Ruddle. Ruddle with the basketball, top of the key, behind the back dribble. Going to drive inside, get it out to Brewer for 3. Off the rim, no good. It's going to be corralled. Barnes comes away with it, gets it back in, but the Eagles were there to steal it away. Good hustle there by Barnes. Reed comes up the court, being guarded by Bookwalter, who stops her in her tracks. Reed over to Brown. Brown on the left side. It's almost stolen away there by Bookwalter. Out to Brown for 3. No good. Rebounded by Brewer. Brewer off to the races. Brewer cuts across to the middle of the court. Crosses the timeline. Brewer out to Shook. Shook gets it down low to Ruddle. Ruddle fakes the 2. Gets it back out to Brewer. Brewer's going to drive the lane. Put up the shot. No good. Get her own rebound. Put it back up. She's fouled on the play. 33-18. Brewer fouled inside. You can take your pick on who fouled her on that one. There are 2 or 3 of them surrounding her. 33-18. Cats in the lead by 15. Will Gloria break Noah Shook's 3-point record? I don't know. I'm not sure what the record is, so if you could inform me on that, that'd be great. And Amy Shook guessed soap opera. You were correct. And Brewer makes the first of 2 to extend that lead to 34-18. Cats lead by 16. 7 minutes to go in the third. Second one's good as well. Brewer tacking on some more. 22 points for Brewer. And Eagles come up the court to Molesky. Molesky with the basketball on the right side, being guarded by Ruddle. Good tight defense being applied here by the Cats. Molesky can't find anything going. Gets it to Brown on the left side. Brown back to Molesky. Molesky being guarded tightly by Ruddle. Back over to Brown at the top. Down low to Reed. Reed thought about the 3, pulled it back. Gets it back up to Brown. Brown, they're trying to get it inside, but good defense being applied there by Barnes to avoid the pass inside. Great defense there. Out to Molesky, driving the baseline. Puts up the floater and hits. And that's 2 for Molesky. 35-20. Cats lead by 15. 6 minutes to go in the third. Ruddle with the basketball. It's going to be a carry. She brings the carry ball up and over on Ruddle. It's a turnover on the Cats. It's 35-20. Cats in the lead by 15. 6 minutes. 25 seconds to go in the third. Reed gets it into Molesky. Molesky with the basketball. Molesky coming up the court, being guarded by Ruddle. Over to Reed on the right side. Reed. They've slowed the game down, trying to work it on the outside to get it in. Almost stolen away. A slap there by Ruddle. Out to Brown. Going to drive inside the paint. Good defense being applied there by the Cats. Barnes just stood there, and she said, no thanks, don't help me up. And they get it up. Does Bookwalter. Gets it inside to Shook, who turns around. Puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Brewer. Brewer with the basketball inside the paint. Out to Bookwalter for 3. Boom! Count it. 38-20. Cats their largest lead of the game at 18. And Molesky with the basketball. Gets it over to Reed for 3. Trying to answer. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded. It's going to be a foul on Bookwalter. Trying to go up for the rebound. That's Bookwalter's 3rd personal foul, and that's the first team foul of the half. Bookwalter's going to have to take a break. She goes over to take a break. Garcia comes in for Bookwalter, frustrated with that. The ball was up in the air. She just went for it, but happened to be on the other side of the arm of the Eagles player. Reed for 2, hits. Woodard inbound the basketball to Ruddle. That makes it 38-22. Cats lead by 16. Yes, let's go Cats. And down to Garcia. Garcia with the basketball on the right side. Gets it up to Brewer for 3. No good. Rebound by Woodard. Good rebound there by Woodard. But the Eagles somehow come away with it. The ref was staying in the way. I couldn't see how they stole the ball away. Molesky with the basketball. 38-22. They get it inside to Abram. Back out to Reed. Out to Brown. For 3, it's tipped. It's blocked by Gloria Brewer. Good block there by Brewer. Garcia with the basketball, being guarded by Brown. Garcia out to Ruddle, top of the key, and the Cats reset the offense. Ruddle, left-hand dribble, being guarded by Abram. Tries to hand it off to Brewer. Ruddle, there's some fouling going on, and there was, yes. Good sportsmanship there by Shook to help the Eagles player Reed up. And it's going to be Wildcat timeout. Wildcats. I believe they called that on. It's on the Eagles because it's Wildcat basketball, I believe. I think it was a foul. It's what it looked like to me. I thought it was a foul. 38-22, 16-point lead for the Cats. I think at one point it was 19. So we'll just say that was the largest lead. Was 19 a little bit earlier. 4 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. Cats hanging tough, but also trying to get some rest for those players as well. So not a whole lot of drop-off when you put the subs in. As we said earlier, each one of these Wildcat players could be starters. Just all very, very good. Every one of them can step in at every position. Fun to watch are these Wildcat girls. We're hoping you're enjoying the games as much as we are here in person, which is trying to make it fun for you all back home. Coach Roscoe has called this timeout, trying to give his girls some instruction, maybe resetting a defense there. The Eagles are getting a little bit more production this half so far early on. American Senior Communities, Chicago's Pizza, DLZ Corporation, Distinctive Kitchen and Bath, Franklin Muffler Brakes and More, Gaylor Electric, Greenwood Auto Tire, In His Hands Orphans Outreach, Integrity Real Estate, JLP Electric, Meyer Groceries, NASCO Industries, Public Servants Prayer, Taylor University, and Thai Spice and Thai Connection. Thankful for each one of our sponsors. We got to mention here at that timeout by Coach Roscoe. It's 38-22, Cats with the ball. And Brewer inbounds to Ruddle. Ruddle with the basketball. Top of the key being guarded by Molesky. Out to Garcia. Garcia back to Ruddle. Ruddle's going to go left and look inside to Brewer. Nice feed inside. Fouled on the play, as in a major foul on the play. I am shocked at that was not called a foul, but it wasn't, and it's not a foul if the ref doesn't see it. So Ruddle with the basketball. Cats are able to steal it back, and no harm done. So I guess it was no harm, no foul, huh? Woodard with a deep two, hits it, does Woodard. Hollywood for two. 40-22, Cats lead by 18. 4 minutes to go in the third. Molesky crossed the timeline. Molesky gets it out to Reed at the top of the key. Reed down to Molesky, being guarded by Brewer. They're going to swing it cross court to Guess. Guess with the basketball, tries to get it outside, and goes down to her knees and does get it outside. Reed, that's going to be a foul on Shook. Shook grabbed her arm on the way by. Too bad they missed that one on the other end of the court, as they just hacked Brewer just a minute ago. That's going to be number 3, Reed, on the line, shooting 2. 40-22, Cats lead by 18. Reed settles in at the line and shoots, and that one's good. But she hits them. It's a little jump shot, almost like Louis Shook's. That's like Louis Shook's free throws. She leaves her feet at the free throw line. Reed makes the first of 2, settles back in. Brewer down low and Woodard down low for the rebound, and it's up, and that one's going to be short. It's rebounded by Brewer. It's going to be a lane violation. They're going to redo the shot, and Reed is going to have a second chance at that second free throw. Lane violation. I didn't see who it was on, but got to hang back till it released there, girls. That one's also same exact shot, same place, off the front of the rim, rebounded by Brewer. Brewer with the basketball. Brewer passes up to Roscoe for 3. Boom! Number 21. Roscoe for 3. 43-23. Cats in the lead by 20. Molesky quickly up the court. Gets it to Guess. Guess looks on the far right side to Reed. Down in the corner to Molesky for 2. She hits the deep 2. Nice little jump shot there by Molesky. Brewer with the basketball. Brewer comes up the court. 43-25. And Brewer's going to go all the way down, kick it out to Roscoe. Thought about the 3 again. Is going to drive inside the paint from the free throw line. Puts it up and in. Roscoe puts the 2 in. It's 45-25. Cats again with their largest lead of the game at 20. 45-25. Molesky with the basketball. 3 minutes to go in the third. Molesky fakes right, goes left. Being guarded by Roscoe. Out to Reed. Thought about the 3. Shoots the little floater and good. Nice play there by Reed. And Wildcats to inbound the basketball. They get it into Woodard, who gets it to Shook. Shook with the basketball. Shook's going to hand it off to Roscoe. Roscoe dribbling at the half line, being guarded by Molesky. Roscoe over to Brewer. Brewer back to Roscoe. Top of the key. Little hip action there. Roscoe's going to... Oh, she got fouled on the play. 45-27. Roscoe almost lost her hands on the play there as they slapped the ball and a little bit of hand out of the way. 27-45. 25. Cats lead by 18. That puts number 21, Roscoe, on the line. Shooting two. Abram is saying, what did I do? And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. Sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. First one's no good by Roscoe. Bookwalter's going to check in for the Cats, and Louis Shook's going to take a break. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Thank you for saying you're enjoying the game. Great to have you along. Roscoe, the second one, same place, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles. Memphis has the ball. They come up the court quickly. Get it up to Abram, who puts it up and in for two. Quick transition there, but Shook, Ruddle, and Barnes on the bench. That's your inside game there a little bit, so struggling a little bit on the inside. Brewer's going to take the ball to the free throw line. Air ball out of bounds. It's going to be Memphis basketball. Probably got either fouled or tipped, one or the other, but that's not the way it was called. Not the way it was called. Memphis with the basketball, inbound the basketball. It's going to be a little bit of full court pressure being applied by the Cats. Molesky gets it up. It's stolen away by Brewer. Brewer with the basketball inside the paint. Going to go up, scoop it up, no good. Rebounded by Woodard. Woodard has the basketball. It's going to be a jump ball call. 45-29. Cats lead by 16. Their largest lead was 20. It's a 4-point run by the Memphis Eagles. Memphis gets it into Reed. Reed gets it up to Guess. Guess with the basketball. Guess is going to alley-oop it down for Abram. Unable to grab the basketball. Looks like it might have hit a little kid down there. It was. It did hit a little guy down there, and he's smarting for it a little bit. To see the reaction of the Memphis player, she really felt bad that it hit him in the head. But it's Wildcat basketball, nonetheless. Down to Roscoe on the far left side. Roscoe gets it up to Woodard, top of the key. Woodard for three. No good. Rebounded by Molesky of the Eagles. Molesky has the basketball. Going to throw it up. Long pass down to Guess. Guess at the baseline. Tries to get it in. It's slapped away by Woodard. And Brewer with the basketball. It's going to be tied up. Bookwalter had the basketball. Molesky had the basketball. Jump ball is called. It's going to be Wildcat basketball on the tie-up. Jump ball. And we're going to have Roscoe inbound the basketball, and the Eagles going to put a little press on. Woodard's going to come up the court, cross the timeline. Woodard's going to go all the way down. Pull it back up. She's going to go inside the lane. Try to put it up. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to stay Wildcat basketball on the tip from 15, Abram. Ruddle to inbound the basketball. 1 minute, a little over a minute 25 to go in the third quarter. Bookwalter looking for somebody. Gets it into Ruddle. Ruddle with the basketball. Drives inside. Kicks it back out to Bookwalter for three. Boom! Count it. 48-29. Cats extend that lead back out to 19. And Reed gets it to Abram. Down to Molesky. Molesky to Guess underneath. And it's going to be rebounded by the Cats. No good there by Memphis. That was the other Abram sister trying to make the underneath 2-point bucket. Roscoe with the basketball. Gets it down low to Bookwalter. Thought about the three. Pulled it back. Woodard for three. Off the back of the rim. No good. Cats are not underneath for a rebound there. They need to crash the board on a three-pointer. Got to get underneath. They let the Memphis Eagles have it there. 48-29, 43 seconds to go. Brewer, Barnes, and Shook on the bench for the Cats. Molesky with the basketball. Molesky driving and go all the way inside, scoop it up, and be fouled on the play. Garcia got her pretty good, but she made the bucket. That's going to be 48-1, I believe it is. 48-31. That puts Molesky on the line, shooting one. I thought Garcia came in and slapped her. Nope. Mrs. Garcia thought it was Garcia. It was not. They called it on Ruddle instead. Yeah, it's on Ruddle, so give it to Ruddle. That one's good. That's the old-fashioned three-point play by Molesky for the Eagles. 33 seconds to go. Cats to inbound the basketball. They get it into Bookwalter. Bookwalter being guarded by Guess. Bookwalter. And gets it over to Roscoe. Roscoe with the basketball. Roscoe calls the play. Roscoe just content to dribble a little bit. 20 seconds to go here in the third. Ruddle with the basketball. Gets it over to Woodard. Woodard just holding on to the ball. Now being guarded by Abram. Gets it out to Roscoe. Roscoe to Ruddle. 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7. Ruddle. 6 seconds to go. Ruddle gets the pick. Goes all the way down. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Molesky, who's going to fire the ball from three-quarter court. And that one's going to be no good. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Cats have extended that lead. It's now 48-32. Their largest lead was 20 during that third quarter. It's now 16. So it's Cats 48, Eagles 32. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll give you our sponsors one more time here before we end the game. American Senior Communities, where caring people make the difference. ASCCare.com. Chicago's Pizza. Our story is told in every slice. Chicago'sPizza.com. DLZ Corporation, award-winning with more than 100 years of architectural and engineering experience, serving the Midwest and beyond. DLZ.com. Distinctive Kitchen and Bath. Follow us on Instagram. Visit our Center Grove showroom or contact us at 317-201-8500. Franklin Muffler Brakes and More, your hometown car care center at 99 Morton Street in Franklin, Indiana. Gaylor Electric, reliable resources, reliable outcomes, reliable insights, genuine care for people. It's all about reliability. Greenwood Auto Tire, celebrating 40 years of service in Greenwood and Southport. AutoTireCare.com. In His Hands Orphans Outreach, changing the lives of orphans. InHisHands.org. Integrity Real Estate, making your real estate goals a slam dunk. RealIntegrity.com. JLP Electric, 20 years of electrician experience, ready to serve you. Look us up on Facebook, JLP Electric. Memphis Eagles, they inbound the basketball. They get it into Molesky. Molesky crosses the timeline. The game across the way is getting exciting as well. 48-22. 8 minutes to glory here in the St. Louis tip-off tournament. Floater is good. Reed with a good basket there for the Memphis Eagles. And Ruddle with the basketball gets it up to Bookwalter. Bookwalter sets for three. Boom! Bookwalter for three. 51-34. And he gets to Molesky. Molesky with the basketball. Molesky dribbles. 51-34. Catching the lead by 17. Over to Reed for three. No good. Rebounded by the Eagles, who get it back up top to Molesky. Molesky drives the paint, puts it up off the glass. No good. That's going to be a foul on Ruddle again, I believe. That's going to be Ruddle's. That's going to be Ruddle's third personal foul. And that's going to be the fourth team foul for the Cats. And that puts Molesky on the line, shooting two. First one, no good. And that is number 10, Molesky, shooting that free throw. First one, no good. Second one coming. And Molesky, second one's up, and that one's good. And that's going to be 51-35. Cats lead by 16, same as at the end of the third quarter. And Bookwalter gets it up to Barnes. Barnes looks. Barnes looking for somebody, being guarded by Abram. Over to Shook. Shook thought about giving it back to Barnes, but being guarded tightly by Abram. And Shook gets it inside to Brewer, but stolen away by Reed. It's going to be out of bounds. Wildcat basketball. Nice defense there by Barnes. Great defense to slap that ball, and it went out of bounds on the Eagles. Wildcat basketball. Ruddle inbound the basketball. Ruddle outside on the sideline, slaps the ball, gets it into Brewer. Brewer. Cats turn up the offense here. Brewer with the basketball, top of the key. Brewer, good pick being set there. It's going to be a foul on number 3. Is a foul with the body as she went around. She put the body into her. It's going to be Wildcat basketball on the sideline again. Going to be Bookwalter inbounding the basketball. Nope, it's going to be Ruddle. 6 minutes, 51 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Ruddle gets it into Bookwalter. It's Ruddle, Bookwalter, Brewer, Barnes, and Shook for the Cats. Bookwalter being guarded by Brown. Out to Emma Barnes, top of the key to Shook. Gets it back to Barnes. Barnes, she got big time blocked there by Abram. Good play there by Abram to block the ball by Barnes. Good play there by Barnes and Shook though. And Molesky has the ball, tries to get it cross court, does to Brown. Going to drive the lanes. Big time block there by Brewer. Brewer with the basketball. Coming up the court. Brewer going to stop and pull it back up. Give it to Bookwalter. Thought about the three. Gives it back out to Brewer. Brewer going to drive inside, put up the floater. No good. Gets her own rebound inside all those trees. Gets it out to Barnes. Barnes up to Bookwalter. Bookwalter sets and shoots. Boom! Count it for number 4, Julia Bookwalter. 54-35. Timeout called by Memphis. 19-point lead here by the Cats with just under 6 minutes to go in this one. 54-35. Cats in the lead by 19. Just under 6 minutes to go. A timeout called by the Memphis Eagles. And we'll give you our sponsors here in just a moment. Just going to run through our sponsors on the timeouts. And we'll start with Thai Spice and Thai Connection. Visit Thai Spice in Indianapolis or Thai Connection in Columbus for authentic Thai cuisine. Taylor University, academic excellence dedicated to truth. Visit us at taylor.edu. Public Servants Prayer, providing prayer and pastoral care in the political arena. Follow us on social media for updates or online at thepsp.org. And by NASCO Industries Incorporated, protective outerwear solutions made in the USA, NASCOinc.com. Meijer Groceries and more. Check out the Meijer app or visit us at Meijer.com today. JLP Electric, 20 years of electrician experience, ready to serve us, ready to serve you. Look us up on Facebook, JLP Electric. Cats go into a little bit of half-court defense here, and Reed with the basketball going to come up the court, swing it over to Molesky. Molesky crosses the timeline, being guarded by Shook and Bookwalter. Abram for a deep two, rebounded by Louis Shook, who hands it off to Ruddle. And so it's Ruddle, Shook, Brewer, Barnes, and Bookwalter for the Cats. Bookwalter's looking for somebody, gets it out to Barnes on the far left side, inside to Louis Shook. Shook's going to have the left-hand dribble over to Bookwalter for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Louis Shook, who gets it over to Hannah Ruddle. Ruddle with the basketball. Time is definitely on the side of these Cats. Barnes with the basketball. Looking, gets it. The floater pass, she was kind of held. If that was a football play, she would have been held on the play. And then you get a hockey play there with a check in the face. It's a physical game out there right now. Reed with the basketball to come up the court for the Memphis Eagles. Reed comes up the court, crosses the timeline. Calls the play. 54-35. Cats lead by 19. Reed takes her time outside the... Now she gets to the free throw line and gets it over to Molesky. Molesky with the basketball. Dribbles right, top of the key, going to drive all the way down inside and put it up. And puts it in, count the bucket. If there was a foul, there wasn't much, was it? She went flying by, not sure who it was on. Looks like it was going to be on number 4. That's what he says, it's on Bookwalter. Looked like it was 4. That puts Molesky on the line. And that's going to bring in, Hollywood's going to check in for Barnes. Going to give Barnes a bit of a break. Yeah, it was on Bookwalter. She was complaining there. She didn't like the call. We didn't see it either. That was her fourth. The fourth foul on Bookwalter. Molesky makes the bucket, and that's the old-fashioned three-point play. And the Cats get it into Brewer. They're going to apply a full-court press. Are the Eagles. Then they drop it back. Brewer with the basketball, crosses the timeline, being guarded by Reed. Brewer, left-hand dribble on the left side, goes down, looks inside, gets it back out to Bookwalter for three. Boom! Bookwalter hits another three-pointer for the Cats. 37-18, extends that lead back out to 19. Molesky gets it all the way down to Abram, but down by herself to Brown with an easy bucket for the Eagles. Cats did not get back in transition there. Back out to Bookwalter. Bookwalter crosses the timeline. Bookwalter, 57-40. Cats lead by 17. Down to Louis Shook. Louis Shook looks inside. Going to drive inside. Loses the ball. Should be Wildcat basketball. It's off of the Eagles. 3 minutes, 56 seconds to go in this final quarter. In the game, Cats lead by 17. Largest lead was 20. And the Cats are going to inbound the basketball underneath their own basket. And they get it in. Bookwalter gets it in, top of the key to Woodard. Woodard gets it down low post to Brewer, off the glass and good. 59-40. Cats extend that lead back out to 19. Reed with the basketball, gets it up to Brown. Brown thought about the three-pointer, gets it inside. Woodard steals it away. Nice hands there by Woodard. One-hand pass over to Ruddle, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles, who hit the gas, coming back up the court. Reed, but she's caught back up to by Shook. It's stolen away by Bookwalter. Bookwalter, 3 players on the ground in the backcourt. Bookwalter slows it down wisely. It's 3-on-4 right now, down for the Cats. Ruddle's going to go ahead and drive on the 4. Get it out to Bookwalter for 3. Boom! She's feeling it today. 62-40. 22-point lead by the Cats. Need to see how many three-pointers that is by Bookwalter. I'll let you know in just a moment. Reed with the basketball. Threes are falling. 6 3-pointers by Bookwalter today. 6 of them. Count them. Oh, and the Cats steal it away and get it to Brewer. Brewer looks up, gets it up to Bookwalter for the layup, and no good. Rebounded by Shook, who throws it back in, but it's gathered in by Memphis. And Memphis has the basketball. Molesky going to go all the way down, give it over to Brown. Brown makes a move on Brewer. They're going to give it a foul to Brewer there. That'll be a foul on Gloria Brewer. It's going to send number 23, Brown, to the line, shooting 2. 62-40. It is a running clock now because the Cats have a lead of 20 or more. Back to a running clock. So the clock will run all the way through the free throws. Just over 2 minutes to go in the contest. And the first one is good by Brown. And looks like we got some more subs coming in. It's going to be Garcia, Roscoe check in for Shook and Brewer. Running clock of 2 minutes to go. 62-41. Cats lead by 21. Brown dribbles, settles, shoots. That second one is good as well for Brown. It's a 20-point lead. The clock will still run until they cut it under 20. Ruddle with the basketball. Ruddle looks up, gets it up to Roscoe. Roscoe gets it down low to Woodard. Woodard wants to make the move and does. Left-hand shot, no good. Rebounded by Brown. Brown gets it to Guess. Guess with the basketball. Guess is going to come up the court being guarded by Bookwalter. Bookwalter needs to be careful with the 4 fouls. And Guess got into a little trouble. Cats unable to cash in on it. New players checked in for the Eagles. That's Easterling in the game for the Eagles. Down to the baseline. Also 34 is checked in. That's number 34. Schweer checks in for the Eagles, who gets fouled on the play. And the clock is going to continue to run until she hits a free throw. That's number 34. Schweers on the free throws. Foul was on Holly Woodard, and that is the 7th team foul. Nothing hit there by Schweers. 62-42, under a minute in the running clock. 62-42. 52 seconds to go. Schweers receives the ball, settles in. And it is good. That one's good. That should stop the clock. It does stop the clock. Ruddle up to Bookwalter. Bookwalter with the basketball. Bookwalter with 6 threes in the game. 40 seconds to go. Roscoe over to Garcia. Garcia being guarded by Abram. That is Grace Abram. Get it to Ruddle. Ruddle drives and kicks it back out to Garcia. Cats slowing the game down here. Garcia with the basketball. Content to dribble outside. Garcia. It is 6, Onita. That's correct. Thank you very much. And Roscoe pops the shot. No good. Rebounded by the Eagles. Kicked out of bounds. That's the soccer skills coming in for Woodard. Woodard saw the ball, kicked the ball. I think that's a different sport, but it did stop the momentum. Kicked it out of bounds, did Woodard. 10 seconds to go. Guess with the basketball for the Eagles. And 6, 5, 4, and Guess with the basketball looking for somebody. Gets it inside to Abram. That's going to be a foul on Roscoe, and she's going to send Schweers to the line for shooting 2 again for Schweers. That's a foul on 21, Sarah Roscoe. That's going to be her. It's going to be her 3rd personal foul. That's the team 8th foul. Schweers on the line, puts it up, and that one's good. That's going to cut that lead down to 18 for the Cats. 62-44. Just a fraction of a second left here in the game. Second one's good for Schweers. That cuts the lead to 17. And Cat's going to inbound the basketball and hold it, and that's going to be the end of the game. Great game turned in here by your Indianapolis Homeschool Wildcats, playing a very good Memphis Eagles team. Cats just came out, dropped the hammer. Saw some three-pointers hit in that game. A bunch of three-pointers hits. Bookwalter hit 6 of them, and we'll see how many Brewer hit. She had a handful as well. And so we'll get your totals here in just a moment. We do thank you for listening to the WBN, the Wildcat Broadcasting Network, for joining us for this St. Louis tip-off tourney. Yes, congratulations, Cats. Way to go. And thank you all for listening. It makes it so much more fun knowing there are folks out there listening to the broadcast and enjoying it as much as we're enjoying it right here. Today it was in St. Louis, Missouri, and Cats turned in a great game. Looks like they get some T-shirts for their labor and to become the champions. They are the champions of the St. Louis tip-off tourney here in 2021-2022 season. Cats have started out with a 4 wins, 0 losses so far for the Cats. Great to see them play. We'll get you your totals here before we wrap up this broadcast here. Totals for the Cats. Gloria Brewer, number 12, had 24 points. Bookwalter, number 4, had 18 points, so 24 and 18. Roscoe had 9 points. Barnes had 5. That's Bookwalter at 18. Then also chiming in was Louis Shook with 3, Ruddle with 3. Louis Shook with 2, Ruddle with 2, Woodard with 2. That rounds out the scoring. 62-45 is the total. Cats lead. Cats win the game by 17. So thankful for our team. Shelley Dove, our producer, Miriam Barnes, our statistician. This is Matt Barnes saying so long, everyone, and we'll see you next time again on the WBN, the Wildcat Broadcasting Network. So long, everyone.